Hello, reindeer and rain people. It's Christmas Eve, but that doesn't mean we're on holiday. Quite the opposite, since you're getting a regular old Thunder Talk episode and your weekly Thunder. The entire McMahon clan, Vince, Stephanie, Shane, and Triple H, showed up at the very beginning of Raw to give us the changes we wanted, and even some we don't. Baron Corbin got another chance to try to get his GM spot back, which he started as a regular match against Kurt Angle, and then Shane and Triple H came out to move the goalposts on Corbin like he's done to so many superstars over the last few months. First by making it a handicap match, then by making it no disqualification, so once again, it just had the Raw Avengers beating the crap out of him. Of course, now that he's defeated, Corbin's now picking a feud with Seth Rollins, blaming him for putting the idea in everyone's head that he did a shitty job. No, Corbin, we just have eyes and brains. This was after Dean Ambrose came out and tried to provoke Rollins, and then when he wouldn't bite, held an Intercontinental Championship Open Challenge, and after he defeated Tyler Breeze, one of Ambrose's Biohazard gang kicked him in a very familiar way. And it was Seth all along. Did not see that coming. The McMahons may have gotten rid of automatic rematches, but that's just fine with Seth. He'll happily climb that ladder as many times as it takes. A lesson to us all. Somebody who isn't happy with that new rule is Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, who wanted another crack at Asuka after what happened at TLC, but Vince McMahon came out and told them to stop whining and gave Naomi an opportunity with Asuka still the champ at the end. They also relieved Paige of her duties as SmackDown GM. Remember what I said about the McMahons making changes we don't want? There you go. But her biopic comes out in February, so she's got to go promote it, and I'm still so excited. It's called Fighting With My Family. Check out the trailer if you haven't yet. It's great. This past Wednesday, Thor Issue 8 came out, written by Jason Aaron, art by Mike Del Mundo, and letters by VC's Joe Sabino, and it starts out with Thor in quite a bit of trouble and his inner demons or somebody putting all sorts of negativity in his head, and then we go to Jane Foster walking Thor's Hellhound Thori in a twisted yet sweet scene, which accurately describes the character of Thori. Gods, I hope he makes it to the movies one day. Speaking of the movies, we see Ragnarok duo Thor and Valkyrie in Heven, minus the A, being dragged to their cells by angels. These are more like the angels in Supernatural than the angels you've heard about in church. Super Old Testament. Thor finds his cellmate as his sister Angela, who gives a shout out to the Asgardians of the Galaxy in the conversation, and we learn the cells are kind of sentient and deal out the torture itself. Thor's dog and goat, along with Valkyrie's horse, bust them out and the whole battle blows everything up. Everything concludes with Frasier, Angela, Jane Foster, and another of Thor's old flames, Rosalind Solomon, who used to work for S.H.I.E.L.D., talking about their worry for Thor and the coming War of the Realms when Black Panther himself comes knocking and offers Rosalind a new position as an Ancient of Wakanda. To make things even more Christmassy, I went to Nightmare Dungeon in Powdersville Saturday night, as both this past weekend and the one before that they opened a Christmas-themed haunt, and to my excited delight, there was literally nobody in line when I got there. Usually when I go to one of these things solo, I get paired up with another group, which is fine, but I've always wanted to take a crack at one of these things completely solo, even though with previous mishaps, my group would probably caution me against that. Tell me that's not a fact, Wheatley. Anyways, I got to see demon Santas with axes, clowns, because why not? Krampus, obviously, and elves with chainsaws. It's way more detailed and packed than the Christmas-themed haunt at Denver Downs a couple months ago, I thought, but Denver Downs haunts are still pretty great, and you should check that out when it opens up again next fall. All in all, very fun and highly recommended. It'll be closed by the time you hear this, but keep them in mind going into 2019. They're the only haunted house I know of that opens up this many times outside of haunt season. Their next outing is Valentine's Day weekend, which I'll be attending. Yes, still solo if I have to. And they gave me the opportunity to get started this year with their Friday the 13th specials in April and July. I was in and out in less than 30 minutes, which was kind of a bummer, because for the price of $25, I'm used to standing in line for an hour at least, taking in the sights or hanging with my fall horsemen. Shout out to them. But to end my year in haunts at Christmas time and not the week before the Halloween party, well, that's an opportunity that's definitely worth it to me. At least I didn't have to get a fast pass. And that's your weekly thunder for Christmas Eve. Be safe, be Be merry and make your Santas proud.